Hey, YouTubers, Piper here.
And Paige.
So, now we'll be talking to you about Mockingjay Part 1.
My movie
My movie.
is mine.
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 It's
It's
mine.
mine. I claimed it first.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's mine.
It's mine. Infinity Squared.
It's mine infinity cubed. Oh.
It's mine Infinity Cube plus 3.
Mine infinity to the 4th.
Cube still beats it.
No, it doesn't. That's infinity times infinity times infinity times infinity. Not infinity times infinity times infinity times infinity.
Infinity Cube is actually bigger than anything.
No, it's not.
No.
You can go to the power of 4, which is bigger than the power of 3.
Can you? I gotcha.
Yes.
I gotcha.
You can.
I gotcha. Anyways, Mockingjay.
Stupid.
I'm just kidding. Anyway.
You can talk when I cough. It doesn't bother me.
It might borrow. It might bother the viewers though.
Okay. So what were you gonna say?
Mockingjay. So, your thoughts.
My thoughts. You go first.
Okay, you always go first. So.
Yeah, you always go first. Go.
That's because you make me go first.
I thought you liked being dominated.
Wow. That
You-
I do.
yeah.
Anyway.
Go.
Well, for one thing, we both read the book. All three of them.
Over and over
Yeah,
again.
it's both of our favorite series.
Yes.
So for us to like really,
That and Divergent.
for me, Divergent's not so much, but
I love Divergent. But Hunger Games is more better.
more better. And you're the English major?
Yes.
More better. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Well, there's a couple things that I felt like were wrong with the movie.
Which were? Which were?
So I got an itch.
Oh, I have an itch? Okay. So what were your issues with the movie?
Well, they all, like, obviously, it went through as much of the book as it could have been.
Mm-hmm. Half of it.
Well, obviously, since it's part 1.
Exactly.
But, thanks, Captain Obvious.
You're welcome.
When they got on the ship, it just seemed like they never even went anywhere. They just like just stayed in one position, stationary. Well, I mean, obviously it's a set, but I mean.
Well, when you're in the ship, you stay in one position and stationary.
Yes, I get that.
The ship didn't move when it rises. It doesn't move. If you watch it when it rises up, it doesn't move inside all that much, if at all. So of course it's going to look like they're staying stationary because that's how strong the technology was.
Yes. Also, but I guess I'm looking at it from a different point of view too. Like, either if you've read the book or if you haven't, you know, that sort of thing. Like, my grandma and I were talking, and that's the kind of view that she saw. Like, she never read the book.
Mm-hmm.
So, from someone's point of view who hasn't read the book, she
Yes.
was concerned, like, where are the masks? Where's the seatbelts? Where's all this stuff?
The masks?
Yeah, like, it's a very small ship. she was expecting like more masks to be on on their faces whenever they took off or landed, or
Why would they need masks?
so that the exhaustion doesn't get in their nostrils. Silly.
I get on an airplane and I don't need a mask.
Well, that's because it's a bigger airplane. You know what I mean?
No.
So, have you ever seen the Blue Angels? Like,
No.
well, they all have masks.
Okay.
So, but also, my grandma doesn't realize that these ships were not meant to do like tricks in the air and that sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why Blue Angels wear the masks. It's because the oxygen levels and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm just saying, like for someone who hasn't read the book and these kind of concerns may have arise,
Maybe someone who overthinks things.
which runs in my family, obviously. So,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Overthinks things to the point of confusion for all.
well, maybe not for all, but I'm pretty sure I'm touching base on like at least one person out there. But I'm like I said, that's her point of view on
Yeah.
just one scene. My point of view is like I said, I've read the books.
Mm-hmm.
We all know like their technology.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can also see it on screen.
Well, they did the best they could with what they had, really, and I think they did pretty good.
Mm-hmm. The technology they give us is amazing.
But I mean, also, the book never showed or talked about Katniss walking out on the ship and like all of a sudden like a smell just hits her, and so like
Explain to them which point you're talking about.
District 12. So whenever she
First or second time?
the first time,
Okay.
whenever, yeah, in Mockingjay, yeah. So she goes out into all the ship and goes to District 12.
Mm-hmm.
Finds it in ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's gonna be decaying carcasses everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have a bad smell.
Mm-hmm.
Suzanne Collins didn't write that in the book, that there was a strange smell, like gross, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, we didn't really expect Katniss in the movie to have, like, the, reaction
Mm-hmm.
of smelling. Like, covering her nose or, like, experiencing, like, drowsiness and things like that because it stinks so bad.
Yeah.
So, I didn't really expect it because it wasn't written in a book. But to someone who hasn't read the book, they were like, well, why didn't this happen? Why didn't this happen? You know,
Mm-hmm.
we don't understand, like, but, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going on 2 different views, like I said, so, yeah, I thought everything was good according to, what Suzanne Collins wrote about. Every little detail that I wanted was written, was in the book, in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm.
yeah, whatever, shut up. Every little detail from the pearl to, Peta's makeup was amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
His gradual descent into insanity was totally portrayed on his face by the bruises.
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool, like.
Yeah.
And he did really good.
He
Josh
did.
Hutcherson was really good
He was.
at
portraying.
portraying that he was insane, going insane very slowly, and then eventually he just snaps, and it's just like, yes, this is what I wanted to see. Like,
Yeah.
and he did it so well, and I can't wait for part 2. I'm so excited.
I can't wait for them to attack, to go on the offense.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, what confused me was that President Snow was talking. President Coin.
Oops.
Tells you how much I think of her.
Gosh.
She was talking about
know.
attacking District 2, and the mountains of District 2 is where their military base is, and then they need to cut that off at the knees. So what I'm wondering is, are we going to get to see that in part 2? Like, are we going to see them attack District 2 for the military base in part 2? You know? Because, I mean, I don't remember reading about that attack in the book. Like, they skimmed over it.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to skim over that? Because that's a pretty significant, like, that's, like,
Pretty
for a
important.
movie, that's pretty important. Like, I would want to see that. You know, not just, like, the coverage of it. But I know Katniss doesn't go there. It's, like, Gale. Gale goes with a bunch of soldiers. And, but, like, I would want to see that on the screen. I wouldn't want them to just skim over and go, oh yeah, Gale's over here.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like
know,
they did in the book.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Gale's gone. Boo-hoo, I'm trying to help Peeta now. But, I mean, you still like Gale. So you'd want to keep up with where he is.
I hated Gale, but that's beside the point.
I hated Gale halfway through the second book.
Sorry, Team Gale.
Right. Read the books. If you're Team Gale because you watch the damn movies without reading the books, read the books and you will hate his guts.
Yeah, even in the movie, I'm still not Team Gale, even because of his looks.
That's because of his looks. Solely because of his looks, you're not Team Gale in the movies. You think he's ugly as hell.
Yeah.
I think he's cute.
But also, all I can see whenever I look at him is Miley Cyrus rubbing her lips all around him. And I'm like, that does nothing for me. I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't follow none of that. I mean, I knew he dated her. They were together for a while, on again, off again, and stuff, but...
She lost her virginity to him, as far as I read anyway, and I'm like, no, ew. So if you sleep with him, you're sleeping with Miley Cyrus, and yeah, no, I'm just, yeah. So.
Okay, I don't think about that. Well, I just think about the fact that he's cute, not that I'd want to bang him.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
If I was gonna take anyone in that movie, it would be Peeta.
I was gonna say, would it be Haymitch?
Well, no. No. Hell no.
Well, I would. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I would totally take Josh Hutcherson over.
Oh, yeah.
Baby Thor. That's what they call him, Baby Thor.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. He's delicious, but his brother, not so much. He's too much of a kid for me, I think.
So where were we?
I don't know. It's so off topic right now.
Right, I was talking about District 2.
Yeah.
So if they did that, would you want them to have 3 movies? Like one where they concentrated on attacking District 2?
That would be pretty awesome.
And then the third one, when we finally get the attack on the Capitol?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That would be pretty epic.
It would be. They should totally do that.
Let's write a letter to Hollywood and say...
Well, they're already done filming, probably. I mean, they shot it back to back.
It's probably almost done. Not totally done yet, but...
Yeah.
Anyway. So... President Coin. What do you guys think about President Coin?
Yeah, what do you think about her? Like, if you haven't read the books, what do you think about her? Because if you have read the books, then please don't put your don't put your feelings about her down in the comments, because that would spoil everything, whether they're good or bad.
Yeah, from my grandma's point of view, she's just like, oh my gosh, everything's so predictable, and I'm going, just wait, Grandma, just wait.
Yeah. Everything's not so...
happy.
Yeah. It's not so black and white.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they do wear gray.
Very funny. So gray and white.
No, I mean, there's no black and white. There's gray. There's the middle
That's
ground.
what I'm saying. Gray and white.
Gray and white.
Mm-hmm.
There is no white or black. I'm not talking skin color here. I'm talking about ethic and moral wise. There's only the gray in Coin's eyes. And in my eyes, Coin only operates in the gray.
She's...
Yeah.
I don't know, like, in the movie, Julianne Moore was pretty good. Like,
Yeah, she's good at portraying the
good
I'm
guy.
saying we're doing it this way, but you can tell in my voice I'm not happy about it, and I'm going to have something to say about it later.
Yeah, she was...
So.
She,
But she still does, I mean, she seems to be the type of person that would stick to her word.
Headstrong. That's what you were looking for. She's very headstrong. Even, I mean, Coin's character is very headstrong and very, like, this is it, this is how it's going to be done, and if you don't like it, then you can suck
militaristic.
But...
Very militaristic, because that's the district she grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
It's the district she leads.
But also, I don't know, like, from a perspective, even if I didn't read the book, I was just like, there's gotta be something off about this chick. Like,
without reading the books, like, that's what I do when I go into a movie, but based off a book that I've read, is I don't look at it as a book turned movie. I look at it as a movie.
Yeah.
And whether the book and the movie have anything in common or not, I look at it as, if it was a good movie, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Not if it was a good movie, it had everything done precisely to the way that the book does, or this little thing was wrong because this didn't happen this way in the books. But
except for the first 100 games.
Well, I mean, like, I had my issues with that, but, like,
it's still a good movie.
I was able to go into it as, like, I'm a fan of the book, but this is a movie, so I'm going to see it as a movie.
Yeah.
And I liked it. But, like, I had the two different sides of me. I had the fangirl side, and I had the side that was just seeing it as a movie. So it took me, like, a few months to finally tell people how I really felt about the movie, because I didn't want to, like, ruin the box office for the movie, because it had lots of crap wrong with the story, with the continuity. And so, like, I didn't come out and say, you know, I didn't like this, I didn't like this, I liked this, but I hated how they did this. I didn't say that for a long time because I didn't want it to ruin, like, my friend's take on the movie. I mean, if I would have said that to you, would you have gotten into the Hunger Games? If I would have explained to you how everything was done incorrectly?
Well, needless to say, I just watched the previews and I just saw a girl with an arrow kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? I was gonna watch it no matter what.
Okay.
But even
it would have put a stinker on your view of the movie, though.
Not really, because I didn't read the books then.
Yeah.
So I just watched the first movie and then I wanted to know more about Rue, and so that was really why I got into the books. And then I couldn't put them down. I read all 3 books in one night, and then
you threw your tablet.
I threw it and it broke.
The screen cracked.
Yeah.
And we're not telling you why she threw it.
Yeah. It was during part 2 of Mockingjay, so yeah. So
and don't Wikipedia it or anything. I did long before I started reading the books, and I didn't think I would remember, and then I read the books and I remembered. Kind of ruined it for me. That was my fault, so don't do that to yourself. But I mean, so that's how I did with this movie. That's how I did it with Catching Fire, is I went in just as a film fan, as a movie fan, and then about a week or 2 after I saw the movie, I would sit down and go, okay, this is what I liked, this is what I didn't like. Because if I didn't remember it by then it wasn't that important. Like, the parts that I didn't like. If I didn't remember the parts I didn't like, then they weren't that important.
Exactly. The pearl, though, the that Peeta gave her was very important to me.
Yeah.
For them to show it repeatedly in Mockingjay Part 1 was like, wow, they've kept that little detail in there. I really like that.
Well, I kind of found a little, a little unrealistic. Was, like, there's no pockets on the Mockingjay outfit. Where did she put it when she was going to war?
I thought I noticed one little pocket on her jacket or something.
I didn't. I mean, maybe I missed it, but, like, she was rolling around, being pushed aside and all like that, you know? How would it not fall out of a pocket? You know, like, I'm like, okay, put it on a necklace. Wear it. You know, or something like that, right? I mean, that's what we do with pearls. We wear them.
But you need a hole to do that. And some string or something. And in District 13, I'm pretty sure that's not exactly the top of the list.
Well, yeah, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time I saw the pearl, I'm just like, how does she still have it? Like, how did she even carry it in the Hunger Games?
Because she did. She kept it with her.
Yeah. Like, where did she put it? She didn't have a satchel with her when she was running from the Jabberjays. She only had her bow and arrow. So, and when she was knocked half unconscious, how did she hold on to it as the claw grabbed her? A claw.
The claw.
The claw. Okay. You know, like, how did she still have it? I mean, I like the fact that she did, but realistically, how does she still have the damn thing? I'm confused on that. I mean, she has it because the book says she has it.
Yeah.
But
it just, like, magically appears. Yeah. Like, no big deal. It's a prop.
I want to be nitpicky right now. How the hell does she still have the pearl?
There you go, yeah.
But I like the fact that she has it. I just never expected it to be silver.
It was supposed to be white.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It was still there.
Yeah. I mean, they probably went through, like, a lot of oysters to find it, or clams or whatever.
Yeah.
And they found where was a silver one. I don't know.
So they kept it. But it was still significant to me, you know.
Yeah, it's the pearl. It symbolizes love.
It was.
Even though, if you know how a pearl is formed, I'm not exactly sure how that symbolizes love. Like, it's like sand that gets caught inside the shell. And it irritates the creature, so it covers it in this, like, film or something. And it crystallizes into a pearl. It's something that irritates the creature. So, what is he saying? Katniss, you irritate me. Here's something beautiful.
You irritate me, but
yeah, you still irritate me, but here's something to show that
I care about
even
you.
Irritation can grow into something more and beautiful. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's what he had
in
mind.
That's not what they had in mind.
I'm pretty sure, I mean, in a guy's mind, it's more like, oh, it's shiny and pretty. Girls like shiny and pretty. Here you go.
I was about to rule the world. And then I saw something shiny.
And sparkly. It sparkles.
It sparkles! Real vampires do not sparkle. I had to throw that in there. Okay.
We've mentioned that a couple of reviews.
I know. I hate Twilight. So, is there anything you had trouble with in the Hunger Games? In Mockingjay?
There was another thing that I wanted to point out, but I can't remember what it is.
Hmm.
Oh,
The hunting.
well, yeah, that's another thing too. The hunting, that really bothered me. Whenever they just threw in this scene, like, I mean, it showed it, like, talked about in the movie, the book.
The book.
That.
That they weren't allowed above ground.
Yeah, but it never explained that in the movie, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden they just threw this scene in there, like, oh hey, great news, we're allowed to hunt above ground, and then we're like, so
Okay.
you know, and then
Yeah.
and then they hunt this deer, and Katniss is like, so
It's too easy.
he's not even scared of us, like,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden they just leave. So the movie perceives that they never actually go through with shooting the deer.
When in the book they did.
Yes, and then they go back empty-handed when they're supposed to.
I think she has something in the bag. It wasn't part of the deer, but it was probably like some squirrels and rabbits and stuff.
Right.
Maybe a pheasant or something.
But in the book, they they shoot the deer and carry the deer on their backs and in their satchels, whatever they can carry. And then they go in there and say, well, this is our meal, you know, I gotta drop this off.
Mhm.
And then that's where they see the video of PETA. But it bothered me because it looked like there was nothing in the satchel. There was just no carcass hung over their backs. There was nothing showing that they killed that deer.
Yeah.
So, and then they didn't even explain why that was significant. It was just like, oh, bam, here it is.
Mhm.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Next, please. Next scene.
Mhm. And what was the other thing you had a problem with?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Crying.
Her crying. Oh, dear Lord.
I can't lose a boat. I'm losing a boat one night. I can't lose both. I can't.
Actually, that was better. So, good Lord. I mean, I know it was like, oh dear, she's losing her best friend and possibly her lover at the same time. But
her fiance.
yeah.
They are engaged.
No, they were supposed to be married, remember?
Right. Her
eloped.
husband.
Yeah.
But they didn't actually elope.
No, right.
So technically they're still just engaged.
Right. So, well.
And she lost the baby.
Yeah, she lost a baby that she never had. Okay. What about the baby? Yeah.
Did you see, like, she paused? Like, I pictured her pausing in the book. Like,
what baby were you talking
yeah.
about?
Then she's like, I lost it. Like, that's convincing.
Yeah. Like, I lost it as if I lost my mind, you know?
Yeah, it's like, oh. She had no emotion in that point, and she's just like, I lost it. Then I'm like, aw, but you should be more sad than that.
Well, I mean, if it was me, like, saying, oh, I lost a baby that I never had, I think I would have no emotion, too.
Yeah, but she's, I mean, I understand that it's Katniss we're talking about.
She has, like...
But if it wasn't Katniss, I would expect, like, so much more drama than that.
Yeah.
Like, I lost it. Or something, you know, like, I lost it. Or something, you know, like, start crying or something.
How, like, an onion.
Right? Cut an onion. I lost it.
Or, like, say, I lost it, and then turn
like,
around or something.
Have a choke up for a second.
Yeah, and then have a little bit of tears or something. But, yeah, it was a little bit too dry.
Yeah.
But for the audience who never read the book, they're just like, okay.
She lost the baby.
She lost a baby, so she's not upset about this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. And the crying and the...
Well, I mean, yeah, the crying. I was just like, come on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
can you get any more BSing?
Yeah.
It's like,
There's this character, if any of you watch Once Upon a Time, you will know who Emma is. And you will know that Emma cannot act, the actress. Jennifer something or other. I don't really care. Because she cannot act. She has no emotions. And when she cries, it's like she squeezed her cheeks together to get them all red. Which is a trick, you know? And, like, she's like, it's like she's squeezing so hard, like, squeezing her eyes shut so hard, or something, to get them so red, and then one solitary tear when she's supposed to be bawling. One solitary tear. And I'm like, that's all you could get? There are eye drops for a reason. You can get this to be better. And she can't. The actress cannot portray emotion on any level. And I feel like in that moment, Katniss, Jennifer,
Same category? Is that what you're saying?
a little better, but not much. I felt it the first time because I was so caught up in the first time I saw the movie, because I was so caught up in the drama and the emotion of it all.
Yeah.
But watching it again, I'm like, yeah.
You're not fooling anyone.
No. I'm like, please, just stop. Now.
Please.
You're hurting me.
Yeah. It was terrible. Like, even the people in the theater were just like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Get real, you know? But, of course, a lot of people don't understand the love triangle type thing that's going on in this movie.
Yeah.
It's not complicated.
No.
Gail is the best friend.
Mm-hmm.
She loved him, but then she spent more time with Peeta.
And realized she loved him more.
Mm-hmm.
She still loves Gale, but
Yes.
it'll always be
Different. It's a different kind of love.
Yeah, it's not true love,
Yes.
I'm gonna marry you love. It's, oh look, you can be my butt buddy, my best friend with benefits. Or something, like that kind of love. That's not really true love.
Right.
That's like, I lust for you, so come give me sex. That's basically what that relationship is between them. It's like, I lust for you, kiss me.
And then Gail's like, I'm in pain. It's the only way I can get your attention.
I knew you'd do that when she kissed him.
Just like,
How? I didn't even know. Because I'm in pain. It's the only way I can get your attention. And then he walks off.
Oh, no, he says, don't worry, Katniss.
It'll pass.
It'll pass. It's like, really?
Right.
A real man doesn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
My pain will pass, Katniss. You just have to hold on.
Oh my
for
gosh.
a minute.
See, this is why I hate Gale. Like, he's not a man at all.
Well, in the books, I don't think he gave that line.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yep. Pathetic.
Yeah. Okay. What did you think of the haircut of the girl that was the head video person? Because, like, I think the haircut was her idea. The tattoos and the haircut. Like, I think I saw a behind the scenes thing or something like that. And they were talking to her about, like, how the haircut and the tattoos weren't in the book or something. So, like, that was her making the character her own.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the tattoo was beautiful.
It was, and it really did make her, the character. Because...
Like, her character was more believable because she looked like her character should look.
Yeah. And then, also, since District 13 is a rebel district,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's the part that I really like imagined, that everyone had at least one tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And then because it's a rebel
Mm-hmm.
district, because I noticed that every other district didn't have tattoos or piercings except for the capital. The capital had a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
piercings here and there, but
And she came from the capital.
yeah, and so it made it more realistic for me.
And
like,
she actually had like a piercing in her nose.
uh-huh.
Yeah, she was probably one of the more normal people from the capital.
Very headstrong, though. She had a good head on her shoulders.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see her very much.
No, which is sad. I think we get to see her more in the next movie.
District. Part 2.
Sorry, the girl on fire. Can you try that again in fewer words?
That's right, my phone knows who I am.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Her phone. We didn't even say the girl on fire.
I have it set to have it call me the girl on fire.
Wow. That I don't even know what to say to that. I'm lost.
Good old iPhones. Well, speaking of my little phone, when we introduced each other, I said, "Hello, Siri. I'm Christy, but you can call me the girl on fire."
She talks to Siri like Siri's real.
And who doesn't? Like, and so ever since, he's been calling me the girl on fire. So, pretty happy about that. Too bad he doesn't show me the Mockingjay symbol every time he calls me or talks to me.
Okay.
Symbol of the rebellion,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So,
a rebel too,
is there anything else about this movie you want to talk about?
Gosh, I feel like there's something else.
They still didn't fully explain what the hell an AVOX is.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
All they said was that he's an AVOX. They cut out his tongue years ago in the Capitol.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't read the book, let's spoil this little history lesson for those of you who are confused about what an AVOX is.
Criminals in the Capitol. Your phone is stupid.
It's going on crazy.
Criminals in the Capitol.
Quite a few historical societies quite far from the library on Orlando Way.
Are we looking for historical societies? I'm pretty sure I know where the local Masonic Lodge is. Down the road. There's one downtown.
Yeah. Anyway, so how to become an AVOX?
Do something wrong.
Such as?
Run from your district.
Running away from the capital, like,
I'm pretty sure Joanna didn't speak when they got back.
No, Joanna didn't, but,
Do you think... Because she was such a loudmouth and everything, she cussed on Capitol television.
Well, the book didn't really say that she became an AVOX either.
I don't remember them saying they rescued her.
No, they rescued her.
In the book?
In the book, yeah.
It's been a while since I read the book.
But, she doesn't speak for a long time. She's too much in shock.
Oh. Because, they shaved her head.
Mm-hmm. They do a lot to her, but even Joanna, being the kind of girl that she is, to not even speak for a long time, you can tell that she went through something.
Yeah. I don't, if in the movie universe, if she became an AVOX, I would not be surprised.
Yeah,
I would have expected her to become an AVOX.
Yeah.
When they said the Capitol took Joanna I'm like, oh, she's an A-box. Because, I mean, she spoke out against the Capitol so often, and in such a insulting, graphic way, that there would be no other choice if she was going to be around any other people besides soldiers, that there'd be no other way to let her go like that unless they cut out her tongue and made her an A-box.
Mm-hmm.
They could have been programming her to become an A-box. They just didn't get to the part where they cut out her tongue.
Could have been.
I mean, we don't know the process.
The book never explained, the movie never explained. It just left to our imaginations.
Yep. My imagination is they torture them until submission and then rebuild them to just serve your every need.
Kind of like the army. Right?
And never speak. But in the book, there was that one who remembered who Katniss was. In book 1. The girl that she didn't save.
Yeah, and the movie never mentioned her either.
I never saw her or anything.
Yeah.
Which would have been really nice.
Yeah, and so when seeing Haymitch going on stage drunk,
I wanted to see him fall off the damn stage.
that would have been pretty awesome.
I was mad.
Yeah.
But
oh, and then what did you think about Haymitch being sober?
I'm with Effie. I like him better sober. I really think those two should just
hook up.
They should just bump uglies already. I mean, seriously.
I think Effie is pretty, and she does look a whole lot better without all the glamour stuff, but it is awfully strange to see her without her glamour as well. When I first saw her down dressed, I was just like...
Dressed down?
That's what I meant, yeah. Dressed down. What did I say, dressed up?
Down dressed.
Oops. Down dressed, yeah.
Because that makes total sense.
You know what I mean. At least I hope. Anyway, dressed down. I was just like shocked. I was just like, what in the world did they do to you?
Yeah, I mean, she had to have come in with her gold hairpiece, right?
Yeah, and then her lipsticks, her goofy eyeshadows.
Well, she was wearing lipstick. It was in that one little spot right in there. It was a very soft shade of pink. Yeah, right in here. That Queen Amidala look.
Yeah.
You know, and her white lips with that red spot right there. That's what she did with her pink lipstick.
Or the Alice in Wonderland Queen.
Ah, yes, the
since she
Red
did play
Queen.
her, yeah.
Was it the Red Queen or the Queen of Hearts? Which one was she? There's a difference.
I believe it was the Red Queen.
Mm.
But she also... but the Queen of Hearts... I don't know, I'm confused by that because...
I'm confused by the difference. I just know they're two totally different people.
Yeah. She wore the Queen of Hearts, like the Hearts outfit, but when they referred to her, they called her the Queen of Hearts, or the Red Queen. So I don't know exactly what she really was. But anyway, different review altogether.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
I liked him as the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, he was pretty mad. I liked it.
He was.
Anyways.
Mockingjay.
Mockingjay. I was really super happy that they kept the hanging tree.
Yeah.
The
but
song.
Was that in the final book? That was in... I know that was in Catching Fire.
It was in Mockingjay. It was in part 1.
It was in Catching Fire, wasn't it?
No.
Because when she found those two girls that were running away from District 7, I think, they were running to find District 13. Remember?
Well, I mean, in the book, yes, it was written, and she was singing it, I think.
Yeah,
like, you're right. She was
in
singing
book
it,
2.
yeah.
She didn't sing in book 3.
Oh, she did. She sang it in book 3, but she also sang it in book 2 as well. But they never showed it in the movie. But I'm really glad that they showed it in book 3.
I wish she would have sung the other song too.
Yeah, but the Hanging Tree was always been my favorite.
Yeah, I don't really remember the other one.
Yeah. Also, the significance. Oh gosh.
Of the song?
It's not really what I went to go with that, but President Snow's granddaughter too. Whenever he banned the
all symbols of the Mockingjay.
Symbols of Mockingjay. I was really excited to see that his granddaughter
was still wearing the braid.
Yeah, and then she finally just said, "Okay, I have to submit to my grandfather's wishes," and she took down her braid just like in the book, and I was just like, that was really cool, you know?
Yeah.
That they kept that little detail in there as well. Just little things like that make me happy, you know?
Yeah.
The blowing up the dam, of course, that was a big thing.
Yeah. And a lot of people got killed.
Yeah.
It was a huge massacre.
Yeah. Let me see.
I want to know how they had enough time to run away from the water.
Oh. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry. I'm like Finnick. Yeah, sorry. Finnick. Whatever. Finnick's story.
I was mad at how it was put into the background.
Yeah, they didn't even mention it until book 3, but really it's been there since book 2.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, like you said, it was in the background, and
I mean, we found out about it in book 2.
Yeah.
I'm glad they put it in there at all.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to watch it a couple times probably to really catch everything, because I did. I seen the movie at least 5-6 times.
I saw it twice.
And I mean, I think I caught it the first time.
Yeah.
But after the second time, I kind of like
tuned it out
and didn't remember until like the 5th time again that they showed it and then they replayed it, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's right. They told his story, and I thought that was pretty cool that they finally brought that out.
I just hate that there was talking over him.
Yeah, talking over him, and you have to listen very carefully to what his story is, because it is very significant.
It is.
Especially to how his behavior was in books or the movie Catching Fire. How he was acting was tied into this.
How do people pay for your time? Secrets. Do you have any secrets worth my time, Katniss?
And
I don't think he was wanting to get in her pants, though, but...
No.
She didn't look very cute in that outfit.
He doesn't look cute at all. It looks like
I said she.
Oh.
But his camel face was really awkward, too.
I was going to say horse face, but...
That, too.
And there's a lot of girls that actually think that he's hot. I know, I can't fathom it, but whatever. I'm like...
His attitude kind of made him cute towards... as you got to know him.
Yeah, when you get to know him, yeah, his attitude and everything, but the way that he looks, no, not cute at all.
I like him because of his personality and his attitude.
You know, after you find out what he's been through, it's like, holy crap. You
know, you're still
how,
sane.
Yeah, like, and then if you ever read the books, you can find out about Joanna's story too, and what all of them had to go through with the Capitol after the games. It's just like...
And how, like, insane Annie really went.
Yeah, and...
There's even, like, these things on YouTube where it's the 65th Hunger Games. Like, they talk about the 65th Hunger Games in which Finnick won. And then they talk about the 66th, I think, is when they put Anna in, right after him, because he refused to do what Snow wanted. And so they rigged it that Anna would get picked for the next Hunger Games and have to go through that. So you see how Finnick was when he came back, how distant and everything, and how Anna helped him come back to reality. And then you see how Anna was when she got back. There was no pulling her back.
Mm.
She was so lost, so mentally destroyed. So
And that's exactly what war does to you. It makes you like go crazy and you have nightmares, just like Katniss has been having nightmares, and they don't really show what kind of nightmares that she has.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that they don't really show it.
Mhm.
But her acting skills with those flashbacks need some help. Especially with the third film, Mockingjay. When she had that one flashback of when Peeta came to rescue her, I felt like she could have done a little bit better with the screaming. I mean, honestly.
That's how she did it in the Catching Fire.
She did it a little bit louder and a little bit more aggressively.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a flashback. That was a dream. She was still in a dream state.
Yeah.
So therefore, I give lenience because it was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So things can be altered in a dream. Things don't have to be exactly right or anything like that.
True.
They just have to be believable, and it was believable.
To some extent, I guess. But yeah, I mean, overall, she did great. There's just some things that I wish I could change, but at the end of the day, I know she had like tons more movies that she was working on while she was doing Mockingjay, so another thing to be lenient on, I guess.
No, you should never be lenient on that. Other actors do the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, they all work a lot. So, yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's a wrap. After about 52 minutes of this.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Almost an hour.
Told you I wanted to wreck it.
Okay, so I think we basically covered the whole damn movie.
Sorry about the spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. So, until next time, what was the score you gave for this one out of 10?
Gosh. Out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. This is difficult because it is my favorite series.
But there were a lot of acting issues and recording problems because the cam was shaky. On still shots, the camera was shaky.
Mm-hmm, it's true. Directors, style, but also, the main characters, Peeta, Katniss, Coin, Snow,
Can you not kick the wall, please? Thank you.
All of them did a really good job.
Mm-hmm. So, what would be your score?
I feel like it deserves a 9.
I actually give it a 7.5. It wasn't the best.
But also, you have to remember that it's just the beginning.
I know it's part 1, but I'm looking at it as its own. Like, I'm looking at it as a 2-parter, so I know it won't resolve anything. I wasn't looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
But as an overall film, I give it a 7.5. Or maybe a 7.8 or something close to an 8, but not an 8. Somewhere between a 7.5 and an 8, I suppose. Since we kind of talked about all 3 movies, what would you give the original Hunger Games out of 10?
Gosh. As a movie, I think it did really well just as a movie by itself, um, not comparing it to a book, but so I think,
Not putting your fangirl in it.
yeah, so I think that deserves an 8.5.
I actually give it a 6. I even like without putting my fangirlness in it, I wasn't all that impressed with the movie. I mean, it was a good movie, but the acting I felt was
It was shaky, yeah.
yeah. Even Jennifer Lawrence was pretty shaky in that movie, I think.
Well, she was.
I mean,
just
it was
opening
her.
up,
It was
too.
her first big time movie. I understand that.
Yeah.
It's just like they promised us the Hunger Games. We got 30 minutes in the arena, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, also, like, I think they touch bases on everything, like, from beginning to end, like, introduction to the characters. Um,
It just felt like they didn't know what to concentrate on.
it was pretty much all over the place, yeah, I agree. But it was just like, from my point of view, it's like, okay, they did good on introducing who each character was,
Mm-hmm.
even though the book never, like, on like certain aspects of certain characters.
But like looking at it as a non-fangirl, someone who hasn't read the book,
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
I give it a 6.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, even when I first watched it, I mentioned I never read the books before the first movie came out, but I was really impressed to see, like, Rue and things like that. With how much time that she spent in choosing her as an ally, I wanted to know why she chose her as an ally. So I ended up reading the books. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then I couldn't put them down, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah. And then looking at it as a fan,
Looking as a fan,
I'd say there's a lot of crap wrong with the movie.
oh yeah, definitely wrong.
As a fan, I would give it probably a 4.
That's probably too high, but
I'm being generous.
yeah, yeah. After reading the book,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say about 2.5 after reading the book, but
How about Catching Fire out of 10?
they did better with Catching Fire, I think.
As a non-fan, what would you give it?
Non-fan, I would give it a solid 8.5. Yeah.
As a non-fan, I would give Catching Fire an 8.
It's pretty good.
As a fan, I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Because it did really well with the book. It stayed really close with the details and everything.
And explained a lot.
It did.
So that's why I gave it so high as a non-fan.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need explanation for people who haven't read the book. You can't just assume they know what's going on.
Exactly. That's a problem with Harry Potter, too. Like, there's so much stuff going on with Harry Potter. It's just like, it skips from... But that's another review. But
yeah. We could do that, too.
Yeah, we should.
Not tonight.
No. It's getting late, and we're going to get up early, so...
So, what's your fan review out of 10 for Mockingjay?
For Mockingjay, again, that's a 10 out of 10 because they did so well in keeping every detail, every little small detail that I picked up from the book was listed in Mockingjay.
I would actually have to give it a 7.5 to an 8.
Still pretty
Which
good.
is basically the same score I gave it as a non-fan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good score. It's not a 4. So.
Or a 2, like I did.
Mhm. So, I mean, I thought it was really good, but as a fan, I had issue with it. So, yeah. So thanks for watching for an hour.
Yeah, sorry we kept you up so late if you're
Watching it right now.
if you're watching it live.
You can't watch it live. I'm not using live.
Well, yeah,
if you're watching it as soon as we post
that's
it,
what I
or
meant.
soon after we post it. But yeah, so until next time,
Paige.
Piper. Wonder what we'll be recording next time. Laters.
Right.